wasn't going to hike this trail. It wasn't on my list of trails to hike, but look at that backdrop. I'm going to go ahead and hike it about 3 miles, Ward Spring Trail. It's a real small trailhead, but here we go. Is that bear scat or something else? I don't know, something that looks like it's eating a lot of seeds. Still working our way up this trail. You can see the, not very far in, you can see the Solar Camper band. Getting lots of sun. Should be about halfway up the trail now. You can see the trail. I just scampered up here to get a view, but the trail's easy to follow. This one, the van is no longer in sight, even up on this little hill. It's back over that way, a couple ridges, but nice trail so far. All right, I got a feeling we're almost there. It's spring. We've been going up in altitude, but the van is nowhere to be seen. It's over those ridges over there, and yeah, not high enough to see it, but it's beautiful. Continuing on. Well, we've worked our way down to this dry stream bed here that you can see, dry as a bone. But I don't think this is what they're talking about. I think it continues on up and over. We're going to check it out. What I read was that the location is marked wrong on the U.S. Geological Survey maps. So we're going to continue up onto this ridge and take a look. Yeah, so I was down inside a wash, dry creek bed on the other side of that ridge. I crested over that ridge, and then yeah, the trail picked up again. You can see it here. It's easy, and probably 100 yards. Walked over this way, and I hear bubbling brook. I hear water, guys. Down there, some water. The trail continues on. I guess if I can hear the water. So we're gonna follow it on down here. I think we're right about the right spot now. And this is just gorgeous around here. I mean, it looks like mountain lion country, doesn't it? Just like that other spring, the other side of the park. You gotta figure a lot of animals come down here to drink, and it'd have to be a great ambush spot if you were a mountain lion looking for dinner. All right, let's go on down. Another thing that's pretty astonishing is you see this piping? This piping ran from this spring all the way down to the valley below for watering livestock and whatnot. And this piping is, from what I understand, it was the 1930s and 40s, if I remember correctly, as far as the piping goes. And the fact that it's still intact, I guess it's galvanized. But you see this piping all the way on and off again. As you make this hike, you'll see this piping, and the fact that it's still here is pretty wild. But I just saw it sticking out right here, so that must be the end of it. And this is the spring. You see some flowers and things around here that you don't see out in the desert, that's for sure. So we're going to continue on, work our way to the mouth of the spring, hopefully. We're still moving up higher. We've gone another 100 yards. Where we had running water down below, there's none here. So from what I read, the water actually runs underground and then is forced up by the certain rock formations underground that the water's too hard for the water to penetrate through. But we're going to keep walking up this wash, or this dry creek bed, and see if we can find the actual source. But it is beautiful up here. Well, we got some pretty big scat here. And we got something rustling in these bushes right here. I don't know, a little more, after that bear encounter yesterday, I think I've gotten a little bit more cautious of the noises I hear out here. But I think we're at the source of it, boys, fellas, guys and girls. I don't know if I can work my way up much further through that. It's pretty thick. But let's see. This water. Oh man, that's really cold. Clear. Whew. That's nice. I'll see if I can push through, but there was something right before I turned the camera on, there was something really rustling in these bushes here. Could be nothing. Yeah, I think we're pretty close to the source of this. The story, if I remember correctly, it was a young man, 15 years old, went to work on a local ranch, and he discovered this spring, 1886, I think was the date, and his name was Johnny Ward. So they named this Ward Spring after him, and it's been called Ward Spring ever since, I guess. But you have to wonder what it looked like around here in 1886. I keep hearing something behind me here rustling heavy in this brush, but probably just a little paranoid after the bear encounter yesterday. Anyway, I'll try to push through a little bit more, but I'm not sure. We'll see. Push through a little bit further, but yeah, you can see some more of that pipe, some more of that sections of pipe that was ran all the way down to water livestock from up here in the mountains. All right. Here's this scat again. It's awful big pile. You know, I don't know. But something is moving around. Every time I turn the camera on, it stops moving, but it's definitely in this brush right here. I'll leave this camera on in case, looking at the video later, maybe you guys see something in here. It's rustling around right in here. And this stuff is kind of tall, you know, it's over head of my head. I don't know. Looks like something may have been making a nest in there or something. Of course, it's not rustling around now, is it? All right. We're going to follow this dry creek bed back out of here. More butterflies. But just got to keep an eye out. I don't know what's making those noises. Of course, it's not doing it now, is it? All right. All right, guys. That's it for now. We'll head back out of here. All right, working our way back. The vehicle is right over there. The other top of other side of that ridge. But so we're working our way back out of here. That spring was very cool. But yeah, it's not a bad trail. It's a little steep in a couple of spots, but very nice. Check that out. Looks like a rock. Let me see where. Looks like a rocks, right? Nothing but rocks. There's nothing there but rocks. What are you looking at? What could you possibly be looking at? All right, almost stepped on a snake. Where did he go? See him? It was so quick I didn't see what kind of snake it was, but looking off to the side and almost stepped on him. Where did he go? Went off right in here. I don't see him now. Maybe later on the video I can see him. Almost stepped on him. Pay attention. There's some more of that pipe that is, God, this is a couple miles away from the spring and it's still going. You know, it's buried in some areas. I don't know if it was originally buried or it's gotten buried over time, but every so often you'll see it. The trail kind of follows it. I think that you'll see it pop up out of the ground every so often. Anyway, still heading back to the van. All right, almost back to the van. There's somebody behind me. And yeah, that was a pretty awesome trail. The scenery, you can see as the sun moves how the shadows change on the mountains. But the yeah, the scenery was really nice on this hike. It is pretty much open, not much shade again on this hike, but yeah, it was pretty nice seeing that spring and the history. And all right, on to the next trail.